Nation? Nah, not the Nate Parker movie. I'm talking about the original joint. Y'all ever heard about Birth of a Nation? Nah, not the Nate Parker movie. I'm talking about the original joint. Birth of a Nation was America's first Hollywood blockbuster film. It was based on a 1905 novel titled The Klansman by Thomas Dixon. Check this out. This silent movie was an American Civil War era film which depicted black men as hypersexualized beasts lusting after white women. They did us so bogus, G. This film villainized black men while at the same time glorifying and romanticizing the KKK. Petty as hell. Check it out. This movie was so popular that white men went out and joined the Klan by the thousands. It literally revived the hate group. The hell is wrong with these people? And the worst part of all of this is that there was several
These people are Esau. Okay, and that's the mystery of iniquity. All right, that was written. Matter of fact, let me get that. In the book of Thessalonians. Real quick. Call Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Makak and double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Man. All right. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, and I'm going to start at verse 1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of the Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, nor troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that the day of Mashiach is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, or the word perdition means destruction, because that's what this man is known for all throughout history, especially when it comes to the well-being of our people. Okay? And we know who that, we know this man who we're talking about. I'm going to speak in cryptic, all right, because of the algorithms and, hey, we living in that time, man. Okay? Look, you get this understanding now, better get this oil while you can now. All right, because the more that we have to speak in code, which is very familiar of Yahweh Shai when he spoke to the multitude in parables. We got to speak to the multitude in parables at this point because the devil knows that he has a short time. He's about to come down with great wrath. Okay? It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. And this is not talking about the anti-Messiah. Okay? This is talking about a nation of people. All right? This is talking about the people that are in power now. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And it can't be talking about, the spiritual demon Satan, because this is talking about referencing a man in particular. All right. And the Most High deals with nations anyway. All right. When the Edomites I'll go back, when the Persians got in power, when you had, when the Medes got in power, you had Darius, you had Xerxes, so on and so forth, or the different kings of the Medes, that nation of people rose up, just like Nebuchadnezzar and the Babylonians. All right. The Assyrian Babylonian Empire. Okay, the Neo-Babylonian Empire. When that power structure rose up, those people rose to the top. So just like now, when the Most High exalted, the different founders, the different conquerors of the nations in modern time, all right, those people are at the top, the ones that are distributing the laws, the ones that are setting forth the policies. Okay, this is the he who it's talking about in this time. Okay, and it's going to prove it. It says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know that what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work, meaning that power structure is already in place. All right. It says, only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Right. Because the Most High is the one that established this man. All right. The scriptures tell you that the Most High putteth down one and he set up another. Okay. Promotion cometh not from the east nor from the west. all right, nor from the south, all right. The Most High is the one that establishes the particular nation to be the rulers on earth. So the Most High is the one that's letting this man be in power and do the things that he's doing. Okay. Verse 8, and then when shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Okay. That's why the scriptures tell you when the wicked are in rule, the people mourn. So the wicked is a particular people. Okay. Who are the Edomites? Esau, Edom. Furthermore, there's top tribes, just like within all the different nations. All right, you have top tribes within all the different nations. Okay. Amalek is the top tribe of the Edomites. He's the main one. Amalek, that tribe, is the main ones laying down law and setting forth policies. Okay. Through the scriptures talk about the who frameth mischief by law. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, who frameth mischief by law? All right. You know who the wicked is by the policies that are being set in place. Who gives the allowance of all the different industries. Okay. So let's go back.
Massacres of black folks as a result of the rise of the KKK. They don't tell you about this in school. You got the East St. Louis riots.
Yeah, because who controls the education system? In 7th grade, you got to learn about Anne Frank right around the time you turn 12, turn 13, when you become a man, when you become a woman, when you start to be, when your hormones start to mature, when you start to, have a wherewithal for yourself. All right. And the scriptures tell you, basically, when you get in around that age, you are accountable for yourself. You are an adult. So by the time you reach that age of maturity, they put those stories of the history of what happened to those people, okay, in your mind, in your face. So you have sympathy for those people. But they don't, like bro said, they don't put this in the schools. Right? Because if they did put this in the schools, you would have a different outlook on life.
1917, where 150 black folks were murdered. Then you got a Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre. We should know about that one. Then you have the 1921 Red Summer Massacre, where hundreds of black men, women, and children were lynched. This is sick, man. America got a sick history. And then there was the 1923 Rosewood Massacre, where 500 Klansmen wreaked havoc on a black town in Rosewood, Florida. So
right, and they were Seminoles, all right, from the tribe of Reuben. All right, Tulsa, Oklahoma was a mix of the tribe of Reuben and the tribe of Judah. How about that for you naysayers when it comes to the 10 tribes being the so-called Native American Indians? Okay?
Who's responsible for the movie that jump-started all this hate? I'm glad you asked. You guessed it. Jewish film producer and co-founder of MGM Studios, Louis B. Mayer. This man made...
Hey, this is fair use anyway. This is just the facts. All right? This is a reference. You can Google this. Okay?
A fortune. Jewish film producer and co-founder of MGM Studios, Louis B. Mayer. This man...
Here we go. There it goes. So it's fact checked. All right. There you go. Canadian American film producer and co-founder of Metro Goldwyn Mayer Studios, MGM, in 1942. Under Mayer's management, MGM became the film industry's most prestigious movie studio, accumulating the largest concentration of leading writers, directors, and stars in Hollywood. Okay? Let's put his name in, right? Let's put his name in and put, boom. There you go. There you go. Read it and weep. Amalek, Esau, because you're going to get paid back for this. All right? There's going to be payback for this. All right? Thus saith the Holy Scriptures. Let's start off with Exodus chapter 17. Okay? When you go into this chapter, the children of Israel were at thirst, right? Riffing with Moses, and because they were thirsty, and they were contending with Moses. The scripture tell you that they chided with Moses, and they were saying, look, you brought us out here to die, right? So they finally got some water, and guess what? Who pops up on the scene? Amalek. Okay, and the Most High was with Moses, with Aaron, with the elders, okay? And they commissioned Joshua to go to war with Amalek. Okay, and at the conclusion of the matter, this is what was said. All right, verse 15. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Yahweh, okay, Jehovah Nisi. And you know, a lot of these Christians like to quote this, oh, his name is Jehovah Nisi. All right, which means what? The Lord is my banner. That's beautiful, man. Okay, why? Because when you go into the scriptures, the banner, woo, this is real heavy. Okay, when you tie it all in, John the 3rd chapter, all right, as Moses lifted up, you know, the serpent, okay? Matter of fact, give me 1 second. I want to make sure this is the same reference. It's the same story. It may not be, but bear with me. Okay, I don't, you know what? I really don't think it is. But either way, you know, it's showing that the Most High is with the children of Israel, okay, during the time of war with Amalek. And again, let's go back. What was the conclusion of the matter? It says, and Moses built an altar and called it Yahweh Nisi, which means the Lord is my banner. What's a banner? The banner is the standard. And the modern day banner is who? Yahweh Shai. That's what I was alluding to. Okay? Verse 16, for he said, because the Lord hath sworn that Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. And guess what? Amalek is having war with us. Okay? Amalek is in the land of Israel. Okay? Amalek is establishing all the different industries to keep our people underneath and on the bottom. Although he plays like he's our friend. Okay? And that's why I quoted that scripture. Okay? The throne of iniquity. Give me 1 second. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 94 and verse 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? What does it mean to have, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee? A throne is what? Is where a king sits. Iniquity is what? Is sin on top of sin. Okay, so a king that promotes sin, okay, shall that have fellowship? What is fellowship? Fellowship is a bond or a union with thee. Who's thee? The children of Israel. And we know who the throne of iniquity is. And he's not going to have a bond. He's not going to have partake. He's not going to set you up in favor. All right. If your enemy is the king, don't expect to be sitting in a place where you're good and you're comfortable, or you're partaking in his meats. Okay, which frameth mischief by law. All right. And that's what they do, man. Okay. All the different executive orders and, policies and, all of it, man. Everything that is put in place, all the statutes and codes, all right, that are put in place are set against you. I'm talking about you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Plain and simple, man. And who's the one putting it in place? Who's the judges? Who's the lawyers? Okay, but then they hide up in, the Senate, and you got these crypto Amalekites. All right, and if you learn, you know who I'm talking about. Okay, time is short, man. Time is real short. All right, and this is, mind you, when bro had brought this out, he talking about 1917, 1920, 1921, 1922. This is all around the time of what? First, you had the Spanish flu. All right, the Spanish flu was running rampant, and then also too, you had what? World War I. So this is all during the time of war. Okay, and people were at edge. All right, a lot of people who went out to war and who was mad against the systems at hand. Okay, they were around. Who did they take it out on? You so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, but guess what? See, this is their time to rule, but we're gonna overcome at the last. Let me get this real quick. I'm going to close on this. This is Numbers chapter 24. Okay. Verse 15. And he took up his parable and said, Balaam the son of Beor have said, and the man whose eyes are upon open have said, he said, which heard the words of the Most High and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty, falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. Right, because Balaam, which was the prophet, all right, the Most High gave him a vision. Okay, a vision of the end. And this is what he saw. He said, he have said, which heard the words of the Most High and knew the knowledge of the Most High, which saw the vision of the Almighty falling into a trance, but having his eyes open. I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob. And that's heavy right there. Because although Balaam was a prophet, okay, he's seen Yahweh Shai, but he said, I shall see him, but not be close to him. That's what it says, but not nigh. I shall behold him, but not nigh, because Balaam is not an Israelite. Although he prophesied of Yahweh Shai in the end, all right, guess what? He's not going to be nigh. He's not going to be close unto Yahweh Shai. All right, it says, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel and shall smite the corners of Moab and destroy all the children of Sheth. Yeah, the Moabites, they partake in all this too. If you see the current economics of the world, all right, Moab has a major part in this. Matter of fact, Moab played a major part when you read the book of the book of Judith, all right, of the cutting off the water supply. All right, it was who? It was Esau and Moab, man. Okay, it says, and Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do violently. And out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. And when he looked on Amalek, all right, so he saw all these different nations, what was going to happen to all the different nations. But in particular, when he saw Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations. That's right. All right. So he's seeing this vision, and Amalek is above everybody. But his latter end shall be he that perish forever. Okay. So you Amalekites got a lot to pay for, man. You think you're going to slither, you're going to play the people of the Lord, right? You're going to set up other people to push forth your policies. You cause many wars and you play both sides. And whoever won the war, you capitalized off of it. All right? You think you're just going to get away scot-free? Nah. All right? The Most High sees everything, man. The Most High sees all the secrets within the man's mind. How much more the wicked that's on the earth? Give me 1 second, man. Go back to Exodus 17. All right, I'm going to read the last verse just in case I didn't read it. I'm going to read it again. Exodus 17:16. For he said, because the Lord Yahweh have sworn that Yahweh will have war with Amalek from generation to generation, man. So this war is going to continue until what? Amalek is going to be discontinued off the face of the earth, man. All right? And the war is about to heighten. How about that? All right, we're in the climax of the war, but there's going to be a apex of the war, and that's when Yahweh Shai is going to return with the holy host. All right, but you see that the scriptures tell you that in Isaiah the 63rd chapter about Basra. All right, which Basra is what? A chief city in Edom. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick, and I'm gonna close on that. I'm gonna read it real quick. I gotta go, and then our spirit was on me to really go into this. I woke up, the elder brother Zayanala had posted that, and I said, you know what? I got to go into it. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 63, and verse 1. Who is that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength, that I speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat. All right, now, when you look up this word Basra, okay, all right, it's a sheepfold or fortress, all right, a town in Edom and Moab. Okay, a fortress, which is your forts is where you're in your top city. Israel's fortress is what was where? In Jerusalem. All right, Yerushalayim, the city of peace. A fortified place, a chief city. When you say you're the chief city, who sits in the chief city? The chief, the heads, the rulers sit in the chief city. Okay, Isaiah 34:6, 63:1, Jeremiah 49:13, Amos 1:12. Beautiful. All right, Genesis 36:33. Okay, so hey, look, you Amalekites ain't getting away with jack shit. And I'm going to close on that, man. I'm going to play this video again. Again, this is fair use. This is information. This is public information. This is just for educational purposes only. We're not trying to invoke anything. The Most High Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to come back and do what he does. All right? Call Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai, Bashim Kakudash. Shalom.
Y'all ever heard about Birth of a Nation? Nah, not the Nate Parker movie. I'm talking about the original joint. Birth of a Nation was America's first Hollywood blockbuster film. It was based on a 1905 novel titled The Klansman by Thomas Dixon. Check this out. This silent movie was an American Civil War era film which depicted black men as hypersexualized beasts lusting after white women. They did us so bogus, G. This film villainized black men while at the same time glorifying and romanticizing the KKK. Petty as hell. Check it out. This movie was so popular that white men went out and joined the Klan by the thousands. It literally revived the hate group. The hell is wrong with these people? And the worst part of all of this is that there was several massacres of black folks as a result of the rise of the KKK. They don't tell you about this in school. You got the East St. Louis riots in 1917 where 150 black folks were murdered. Then you got a Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre. We should know about that one. Then you have the 1921 Red Summer Massacre, where hundreds of black men, women, and children were lynched. This is sick, man. America got a sick history. And then there was the 1923 Rosewood Massacre, where 500 Klansmen wreaked havoc on a black town in Rosewood, Florida. So who's responsible for the movie that jump-started all this hate? I'm glad you asked. You guessed it. Jewish film producer and co-founder of MGM Studios, Louis B. Mayer. This man made a fortune off of that film. Oh, and if you ever wondering why there's so much racism in Hollywood, this the guy who created the Academy Awards. This is why Halle Berry can't get an Oscar unless she a crack whore, and Denzel can't get an Oscar unless he a crooked cop. Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall most